Deep within the crystalline crevices of the world's coral reefs resides a predator that defies the very laws of biological movement. Imagine, for a moment, an action so instantaneous that it occurs more rapidly than a human can blink. Actually, it is significantly faster than that. We are discussing a velocity so extreme that the human mind is physiologically incapable of interpreting the sensory data in real time. This is the realm of the mantis shrimp. While it might superficially resemble a standard, colorful marine decapod, this creature is a living ballistic anomaly. If you were unwise enough to reach out and attempt to touch it, you wouldn't just receive a minor pinch, you would experience a strike capable of fracturing human bone instantly. These small warriors can shatter reinforced aquarium glass, pulverize heavy clamshells, and disintegrate the armored carapaces of crabs, all using an appendage no larger than a common cocktail snack. To put this into perspective, if a human were capable of swinging their arm with the same relative acceleration, the sheer force of the impact would cause the bones in their hand to turn into dust. This prompts a profound evolutionary inquiry. Why did this specific crustacean evolve a temperament so much more aggressive and a weaponry so much more violent than any of its relatives in the sea? The most rapid physical action ever recorded in the natural world occurs in the blink of an eye. Actually much faster than that. It happens at a velocity that the human brain is physiologically incapable of interpreting in real time. This extraordinary display of power belongs to a marine inhabitant known as the mantis shrimp. While this creature might superficially resemble any other common crustacean you might find in the ocean, it possesses a lethal capability. It can effortlessly fracture the bones in your hand if you are unwise enough to attempt to touch it. These animals are capable of shattering reinforced aquarium glass, thick clamshells, and the heavy protective armor of crabs. They achieve these feats using a biological weapon no larger than a small carrot. To put their power into perspective, if a human being were to attempt a strike at the same relative acceleration, the sheer force of the impact would cause every bone in the human hand to disintegrate instantly. This raises a fascinating evolutionary question. Why did these specific crustaceans develop a temperament so much more aggressive and violent than any of their relatives in the sea? Furthermore, what kind of environmental pressures forced one of the ocean's smaller inhabitants to evolve what is essentially a high-caliber firearm integrated into its own limbs? To address these mysteries, we must first clarify the true identity of the mantis shrimp. Despite the common name, these organisms are not actually members of the shrimp family. While they are indeed classified as crustaceans, they belong to an entirely distinct taxonomic order called stomatopods. This lineage branched away from the ancestors of modern crabs and lobsters incredibly early in the history of life, approximately 400 million years ago. Today, the order comprises thousands of diverse species that vary significantly in their dimensions. Some are small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, while the largest specimens can grow to the length of a person's forearm. Stomatopods are generally divided into two distinct subgroups based on the specific type of weaponry they utilize to dispatch their prey: the spearers and the smashers. The spearers represent an ancient warrior class equipped with elongated, serrated spines. These sharp appendages are designed for a specific purpose: to impale soft-bodied prey such as fish or squid. Spearers are masters of the ambush. They remain hidden within their burrows, waiting for a target to drift within range before lunging outward with lethal precision to drag their victim into the darkness. Conversely, the smashers have achieved global fame for their blunt, club-like appendages. Rather than using sharp edges to stab, they rely on the sheer application of kinetic energy. A smasher will seize its target with its claws, orient the victim into the perfect position, and then deliver a blow so powerful it can pulverize almost any biological material. While they may not be capable of taking down a whale, they are the undisputed terrors of the reef, capable of obliterating any other crustacean that dares to approach them. You might wonder if such a level of violence is unnecessary for hunting small reef inhabitants, but the environment demands it. In the microscopic ecosystem of the coral reef, a vast majority of the available food sources are locked securely behind incredibly thick calcified shells. Because stomatopods never evolved the massive size required to hunt large marine mammals, they were forced to find a different path to survival. Their solution was the evolution of weapons capable of delivering concentrated extreme force. A single strike from a mantis shrimp can exert up to 1,500 newtons of pressure. To help visualize this, consider that while a professional heavyweight boxer can technically punch with more total force, reaching upwards of 3,300 newtons, the comparison is misleading. The human fist has a large surface area, whereas the mantis shrimp concentrates its energy into a tiny point of impact. This results in much higher localized pressure, allowing it to easily pierce through the most durable crab shells. It is the equivalent of a world-class fighter concentrating all of their power into a single, needle-thin point on your toe. The physics required to achieve this under the waves are nothing short of miraculous. Because water is approximately 800 times denser than air, it creates an enormous amount of fluid drag. For most aquatic life, moving a limb fast enough to cause structural damage is a physical impossibility because the water simply provides too much resistance. Additionally, there is the speed limit of meat, the biological threshold of how fast a standard muscle contraction can occur. To bypass these limitations, the smasher utilizes a specialized, saddle-shaped spring mechanism located within its exoskeleton. This structure allows the shrimp to store immense amounts of elastic energy, much like a drawn bow. When the internal latch is triggered, the club accelerates to a velocity exceeding 50 miles per hour, reaching an acceleration comparable to a bullet being fired from a .22 caliber handgun. This movement is so incredibly intense that it actually vaporizes the surrounding water for a brief moment. As the club moves, it creates a zone of extremely low pressure behind it, causing the water to boil and form what is known as a cavitation bubble. When these bubbles inevitably collapse under the surrounding ocean pressure, they release a secondary devastating shock wave. This means that even if the mantis shrimp technically misses its physical target by a fraction of an inch, the resulting pressure wave is often sufficient to stun or kill the prey. At the precise millisecond of the bubble's collapse, a tiny flash of light is emitted, and temperatures briefly soar to several thousand degrees Kelvin, reaching levels comparable to the surface of the sun. This level of force brings up another problem. Why don't the shrimp's own clubs shatter upon impact? According to the laws of physics, every action must have an equal and opposite reaction. The secret to their durability lies in a specialized structural arrangement known as the Bouligand structure. Within the club, layers of chitin fibers are organized in overlapping sheets, with each subsequent layer slightly rotated relative to the one beneath it. This creates a complex helical pattern that disperses the energy of the impact across multiple layers, rather than concentrating it in a single spot. This natural engineering is so effective that modern scientists are currently analyzing it to inspire the next generation of high-tech materials, including bulletproof armor and spacecraft components. However, having a high-speed weapon is only useful if you possess the sensory equipment to aim it. Mantis shrimp are equipped with what are arguably the most sophisticated ocular systems in the entire animal kingdom. When a target approaches, the shrimp does not immediately flee. It simply stops and stares, rotating its eyes in a manner that looks almost comical. In reality, it is fine-tuning the 12 to 16 different types of photoreceptors located within its eyes. This allows the shrimp to declutter its visual field, separating the target from the background with incredible efficiency. Consequently, neither transparency nor camouflage offers much protection against a hunting stomatopod. Their vision extends far beyond the human spectrum, allowing them to perceive ultraviolet light and other wavelengths that are completely invisible to us. They can also detect circularly polarized light, a rare phenomenon where light waves move in a rotating circular motion. Most impressively, they can perceive depth using only one eye while moving each eye completely independently, essentially giving them a 360-degree awareness of their surroundings. Perhaps the most unexpected characteristic of the mantis shrimp is its cognitive ability. While most crustaceans have very basic neural systems, stomatopods have evolved mushroom bodies, which are advanced neurological structures usually found in high-functioning insects. These act similarly to a cerebral cortex, allowing the shrimp to process sensory information, integrate complex behavioral responses, and store memories. This means a mantis shrimp can actually remember specific locations and recognize individual neighbors, even holding grudges against those it has had negative encounters with in the past. This intelligence is particularly evident in their navigation. They utilize a process called idiothetic path integration, which is an internal tracking system. As the shrimp moves away from its home, it keeps a mental record of every turn and distance traveled. This allows it to construct a mental vector, enabling it to return to its burrow in a perfectly straight line, rather than having to retrace its original winding path. This is a level of spatial awareness rarely documented in marine invertebrates. Finally, despite their reputation as antisocial boxers, some species of mantis shrimp exhibit surprising social loyalty. Many are monogamous, forming pairs that remain together for as long as 20 years. These couples share a home, hunt together in a coordinated fashion, and take turns protecting their offspring. It is a level of commitment that stands in stark contrast to their violent nature. However, their territoriality remains fierce. When two males fight over a burrow, they engage in a ritualized game of pain. To prevent their lethal punches from killing each other, they use their tails, called telsons, as biological shields. Reinforced with the same impact-resistant structures found in their clubs, the telson acts as heavy armor. The two rivals take turns striking each other's shields in a display of endurance, until one realizes it is outmatched and retreats. Ultimately, the mantis shrimp is a testament to the idea that in the ocean, physical size is not the only measure of power. Through a combination of advanced physics, sophisticated neural processing, and incredible sensory perception, they have balanced extreme offense with specialized defense to survive for hundreds of millions of years. They remain the undisputed heavyweight champions of the coral reef.